Hello. Greetings. It is I, your Lord and Saviour, Pythar, here to bring you to salvation and a better yesterday. Hi, Binary. Thanks for being the most devoted member of the day. I hope you're doing good. This is a bit of a different stream. I've done a couple on YouTube so far, but I thought I'd do one on Twitch just to see if people like it, because the YouTube ones are just, I get like random viewers, whereas here obviously I get my regular cultists as well. So yeah, we're gonna do some reading. It won't be a super long stream because I just read a couple of things and then we go to bed. So I hope you're ready to be sleepy. I don't know, is my tracking okay? Yeah. The microphone's quite close to my face because I'm not very loud. And hopefully the music isn't too loud, but obviously if it is, then you just let me know. So, if you see the pinned post, my first 2 reading streams are up on YouTube, and we read some stories from the Hypnagogic Archive. Let me get the link. And the next one we're going to read is called Evening Meeting. So I guess I'll just read it. Did you see that image? Just very, very briefly. That's the image that goes with the thing, but it only lets me put it there for like a second, which sort of adds to the creep factor. Okay. So this story is from July 12th, 2010. Oh, and just a summary of the Hypnagogic Archive so far as we've read it. Readjust the microphone to be closer to my face. So the Hypnagogic Archive is a community or like an organization that collects old media, like old newspapers and videos, and CDs, and just like any old media that might get lost. And they put it together. And this is everything that's in their text archive at the moment, because as we learned in an earlier story, when it was in a physical place, it burnt down. The crazy owner burnt it down. So we're just going through the different things in their archive, but they're mostly like stories. Yeah, so this one, they're often like meant to be from like websites that aren't on the internet anymore. That's sort of what they focus on. Yeah, if you want to, it's not like a consistent narrative, but it is a little bit. But you can listen to each story without needing to hear the previous stories. So don't worry if you've not watched the other ones. Okay, so Evening Meeting, published July 12th, 2010. I know you all think that I'm crazy, but I'm not. I know what I saw, and if you don't see them, if you don't hear them, then you're the crazy ones. They're as plain as day, I tell you, as crystal clear as a snapshot caught on Chrome 100 film. I saw him at approximately 7:45 p.m. driving east on Left-Hand Canyon Drive. It's sunset. The light is fading fast, but you can see the infinite expanse of the prairie ahead of you. Haystack Mountain way out, a silent monolith in the oncoming night. And to my left are some power lines. I was returning from a trade show in Netherlands. Got some fascinating material up there to go along with one of the women in the room. Now I have more. Hang on. That doesn't make sense as a sentence. Sometimes we read sentences and they don't make sense. Okay, wait. It says, got some fascinating material up there. To go along with one of the women in the room, I now have more. That's just a weird sentence, isn't it? I'm not sure what that means. Okay. It's a mysterious sentence. They're unlike anything I've ever seen. They draw you in and make you experience things more vividly than you could otherwise. Forget DVD. These videotapes are the future, I tell you. More interactive than virtual reality. I had a whole crate of them in the trunk. When I saw the man frying his brains out next to one of those enormous power lines, I swerved off the ditch and the whole crate tumbled off. I checked that my truck still worked. It did. Put it in park and went around to the back to pick up all the videos off the ground. But I had seen him, clear as day, crystal clear, standing near this enormous transmitter receiver that they had installed. And his head was on fire. I can't remember if I mentioned that these are scary stories as well. So they have themes. This one seems to have unalive theme. So if unalive theme is bad for you, that is a warning. I don't know if it'll be throughout, but we're about to talk unalive for a sec. I have not read these before as well, which I didn't mention. So I can't warn you very well of what's in them because I've not read them. So yeah. So he saw a guy and his head was on fire. I thought maybe it was a suicide attempt, although from the impact I was still somewhat dazed. And there was a loose wire at the base of the receiver that had become disconnected and it was emitting sparks. I was afraid it could start a wildfire and I would be blamed. They'd say I ran the truck into the pole or something, but I didn't. I swear, I didn't. And at the moment the sparks started flying faster and faster, the man appeared gradually, flickering on and off like a weary light bulb. I could see barely anything. The sun had sunk over the range and the hills were shrouded in shadow, and he writhed as the white hot flow surged around his skin. In places it was boiling. He had the consistency of ash. I didn't go near him. I merely stood and placed the crate gingerly into the back and stared as he convulsed and writhed, letting out small noises in intervals. He had no features to speak of, save 2 piercing yellow eyes and that bizarre seething complexion. Near his feet were what appeared to be several scattered sticks, and then he opened his mouth and a piercing shriek rang from top to bottom, and the power line began glowing with white-hot heat from where I was standing to the inestimable depths of the horizon. It was positively malicious. With the yell of this thing, he lifted his arms and a tape I had brought at the exchange rose from the crate before bursting into a vivid ball of flame about 20 feet over our heads. And all the while he was overflowing with radiance. E-L-L-I-S, it said. I approached the front of the truck and began feeling for the handle of the door, but I was frozen stiff with shock. The thing knew my name, and it was only me and him out there, alone, in the twilit expanse. I chose to meet him on his own terms, though while he was attached to the tower via a wire, he seemed powerful enough to break free and slit my throat. Of course, if he was capable of that, he likely wouldn't have done so. "Hello," I said. I don't know what I was thinking. I had seen these things before in some capacity, or in some small way, but I don't know how to approach them, how to interact with them, or what the best methods are. This was the first I had seen in its complete form. God, he was terrible to behold, even in these low visibility conditions. "Give me the tapes, Ellis." The voice of the thing that was like that of a cable channel with bad reception. It hissed and cut out, and he lunged forwards towards the crate, which was now piled neatly and safely underneath the tarp. I lunged backwards as he did so, and the wire that tethered him to his row of equipment let loose a shower of sparks like the likes of which you don't usually witness outside of the 4th of July. Hi, Tasty! I hope you do enjoy it. I said nothing then, and as he retreated to his position at the base of the tower, I crossed my arms and planted both shoes into the mud and watched as the row of towers switched on and off. From complete luminescence to absolute darkness, it was, as Nietzsche said, a test of the will to power. I did not take my eyes off his flickering yellow halls, and my eyes, which I imagine were glinting like a cat's in the soft purple twilight shades, were bored as he probed into me. Every facet of my being. And we both stood as the wind picked up and whipped through the trees on the opposite side of the road. There were no traffic along the left-hand canyon drive, only the incessant buzz of the copper tubing and steel plating which housed the structure. The insulative rubber melting in small drips from the lines as this thing, whatever he was, continued making blood-curdling noises of anguish. He wouldn't be getting his hands on the tapes. He was powerless, and he knew that. I keep seeing them. The more tapes I collect, the more I film on my camcorder, the more they pop up. Not just the weak one, which I left behind in his pathetic existence after he vanished into thin air. The new ones are stronger and better at what they do, and they want my collection. Have to keep it locked away in the basement. I only bring it up for very special occasions now. And they whisper to me at night, I need somewhere safe to keep the tapes, somewhere I know they can't get them. It's about the will to power. Whose will is stronger, man or beast? Who will triumph? Will they rend me limb from limb, splay my hideout on the rooftop, or will I outsmart them somehow? Surely they must have some kind of weakness. Tapes fit into it. That thing wanted my tapes, wanted to destroy the tapes. They only want to destroy all that I've worked for. But only time will tell. Ooh, the story ended like with the song. That was dramatic, wasn't it? Gee. I'm glad that it's soothing to listen to. That's the idea anyway. So that story was Evening Meeting. And then we're going to move on to the next one. The next one is, it's like a chat exchange, so it's between two people. So I might leave that one and skip that one and go to the next one, just because it's difficult if I'm one person to read a conversation between two people. So I'll skip it for now. And we'll go to Genetic Opportunity. Here is the link. Hi, Jehovah. Comfy bedtime, even though you just woke up. Well, a happy morning to you. I guess it's morning here too, but I did not just wake up. I just got home from work. And then the picture, which you will briefly see flash up and then disappear, is that. Did you see it? Do it again. Only lets you show it for a second, which is kind of creepy in itself. It was some eyes in like a cage, like a red cage. Okie dokie. Let's drink some water. Cool. So this one's Genetic Opportunity, originally posted to the Minneapolis Jobs Board on May 14th, 1997. Applicants wanted. Team of highly qualified grads at UM are looking for an applicant, ideally 20 to 35, stocky, rough build, preferably male, but female will also work given proper conditions. Want spontaneity. Running through on a first-come, first-served basis. We pay handsomely. Message us on our Usenet board, genealogy team, or respond below. Are on the verge of something, need quick replies and to be easy on hand. Easy to work with, get back as soon as you can, space is filling up fast. And then someone replies to their post. Hey there, I saw your offer and I have to say I'm tempted. I'm in a bit of a situation right now. My uncle is in hospital and the whole family is up in arms over his bill. Needs some kind of expensive heart medication before he can go home. Poor bastard's in his chair looking off in the distance. I think if I sign up for your experiment or whatever it is, I'll end it and buy his medication for him. I'm not exactly charitable most of the time, but he is my uncle and he's been nice to me since I was little, so I figure, hey, what the heck? It's worth going out and putting myself on the line. My name is Derek, 21, so I fit your criteria to a T. I wouldn't exactly say I'm the stockiest guy around, but I did play some Ultimate Frisbee in high school. The stockiest people play Ultimate Frisbee, clearly. You'd be surprised at what it can do for the arms. Fair enough, Derek. About 170 pounds, 5'9". I don't know if that matters for your purposes, but there you go. As for fitting the part, I doubt we'll have any issue with that. I work well in team settings and have participated in one study before when I was 19. We tested skin cream and I think I did pretty good. Got free samples afterwards. Of course, whether I go through with this or not will ultimately depend on how much money you're talking. My uncle's heart medication will cost $700. If possible, would also like a little extra spending cash so I can buy something nice for myself too. But we can discuss that more when we meet. I also took a look at your Usenet board. It's pretty sophisticated. You guys must really get some good funding. Posted this same thing on there too, so you'll be sure to notice. I'm available Tuesday through Saturday, but will be sure to keep my that's such a hard word to say. I will be sure to keep my cellular phone on me at all times so I don't miss your call. My number is 612-474-9903. Looking forward to whatever you've got. I'm confident I can handle it. Thanks for the opportunity. Okay, and then the scientists reply. Hi there, Derek. Great news. Our team has taken a look at your background and you check out. We're also sorry to hear about your uncle's heart condition. These days it seems like everyone is dying of some sort of disease. We hope we can help you. $700 is easily within our range given the amount of endurance and dedications this study will require. Come over on Saturday. We're in the Fielder building on the 2nd floor. If you have trouble finding it, our receptionist can help you. We think, given the description you provided, you'll work, but we will need you to report for a quick interview and subsequent physical health examination. Don't worry too much. We've done this with all applicants and the process will be quick. We can't wait to meet you. Don't start an application by mentioning how desperate you are for money. I know. Derek. Oh, Derek. Okay. Derek replies. I don't know why they continue to reply after they've met in person, but Derek replies. Derek is basically writing, please exploit me on his forehead. Oh dear. Okay. Thanks for everything. The receptionist was nice and your staff was very friendly. Also the upfront payment, like you said. The process was easy. I can't believe it's over myself. Anyway, how you instructed, I'm going to report the effects every day I take the substance. Not sure if this board will work, but if you have any problems with me jotting down the effects here, then just say so, and I can record them on my notes or something. I'm going through the checklist you gave me and looking over. All this paperwork is pretty long, but I think I should be able to get it. If not, I have a lawyer friend who'll help me sort through most of it. Your techniques seemed, remarkably advanced. I only took some chemistry and biology in 11th grade, But I've been reading up on this cloning stuff lately, and it really interests me. They cloned that sheep. There are pictures of her and everything. And pretty soon, you could get people cloned too. Not to say that that's appealing or anything, but I would be lying if I said the prospect of having a smaller me around to do chores or whatever isn't kind of neat. It's nice that you people are doing research into that. It could put Minneapolis on the map if you have any sort of breakthrough. I hope your other applicants are doing well too. I've decided to take the substance after a good meal. Like you mentioned, the results could be corrupted with nutrients. Tonight, I'm going to make myself a steak with some asparagus, and then some ice cream. After that, I'll go upstairs, take a dose, and go to sleep. Need lots of energy for tomorrow. Hopefully none of this will do anything. Could have started with, I have a lawyer friend. I don't know if that's going to help him at this point, though. He's already started to take the substance. Your facility had some neat equipment. I especially liked that processor you had. Looks top of the line. I guess you need that when your field is genetics to process all those base pairs and helixes or whatever they're called. Amazing that way down the line we're just lines of code. If I look down to the cellular level, all those cytoplasms and alleles working in harmony, it's like a little factory down there. The tour you gave me after the procedure was over has convinced me that maybe I should start attending MU. I've been putting it off, trying to start a restaurant with some... Oh, I see, okay. Derek writes weird, I'm sorry. I've been putting it off, trying to start a restaurant with some starting capital my dad gave me, but maybe college is for me after all. The campus was really nice, and lots of good sun and areas for studying. I'll definitely look into tuition. If any of you know some scholarships that could help me out, let me know. Or refer me to your eligibility board or whatever. Restauranting takes some innovation, and you've always got to stay one step ahead of the competition. So maybe some of your classes out there could help me. Especially the food safety one. My cousin works in meatpacking, and he says that when the EHOs come knocking, they'll usually find something to complain about. Anyway, that's all I have to say for tonight. For the time being, anyway. We'll report what happens tomorrow. And again, seriously thank you for the upfront payment. My uncle is going to feel a lot better. Gotta go downstairs now. Steak smells done. I don't know why Derek included so many details. But you know. Happy to hear about his life. Okay, the next entry is also Derek. Okay, I took the substance like you said, 1 dose with water. After that, I reclined on my futon for about an hour and watched some TV. The Pretender was on. It was a season finale and I didn't want to miss it. I know you said to go to sleep immediately, but 1 hour of TV can't hurt. Anyway, I had a dream where I was in a glass building looking at the sky, and then I woke up around 7 AM and I'm writing this around 6 PM. Dinner tonight is going to be delivery pizza with 2 litres of Sprite, and then another dose. Might also make myself a side salad. I've been using your sheet to determine how many calories are in everything, and I think it'll add up. I sound like your British Siri. What does Siri say? I'm sorry, I can't do that. I realise that's what she mostly says. Okay, so Derek's going to eat some pizza. I think I should mention something that happened today. Some days I usually go out for a walk around downtown for a while. Not really to buy anything because I'm usually pressed for cash, but there are some nice displays. I got to this one display. I think they had a stereo set in the window, and I was looking at it for about 2 minutes when I noticed my reflection in the glass. It was kind of like my eyes were focused on the setup, and then they snapped back and I saw myself, absent-minded. Oh, I do that all the time and it freaks me out. You know, where your eyes are focusing on something and then they focus on the close thing and I don't know. Something about how I didn't look right. I can't place it. It wasn't anything physical, but it was subtle. If I'm not being specific enough, I apologise. Maybe it had something to do with the curvature of the glass. It was also hot out and the sun was bearing down on me. Maybe I was suffering from heat stroke? Although I doubt it because I didn't feel that hot. My reflection was strong somehow. For a second, I wondered if it was actually me I was looking at. Then everything became clearer in my field of vision. I looked myself over and I was fine. The street was how it had been. The stereo set was right there and my reflection was okay. But there was something really disturbing about seeing myself like that. Again, I can't say for sure how it was wrong. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe something about the eyes. I walked around for another hour or so and looked in more windows and nothing was wrong there either. Then I got back and watched some TV for another 2 hours. By this point, it was getting to be evening, so I ran myself a bath and tried to relax. Nothing else has happened so far. Could be completely unrelated to the substance. Might be an illusion, like I said. Not sure how that could happen, though, given how you described this. I doubt it would affect my mental state. About 15 minutes until the pizza guy said he would get here, but he usually runs at least 10 minutes late. It's getting dark outside and I'm getting tired. A couple of minutes ago, I called my girl. She has a lot of things to do over at her place, so I wouldn't have had the chance to go over and see her much. Seems she's always busy and only has a few minutes to talk to me on the phone. Wouldn't want to disturb her. She's great. Still have about 5 pages of this paperwork to go. Might put it off because it looks complex. I'm not sure really if I do. I'll be sure to have it done for you by the deadline though. I figure making these entries takes more effort, but I enjoy it. How is the work at the lab going? You guys are performing miracles over there, keep it up. There are a lot of genetic diseases that are even worse than pathogenic ones. And there aren't any cures. If you have one, you just have to live with it for the rest of your life, because there aren't any external factors. The disease is programmed into every cell in your body. Each and every square inch is targeted. I know you guys already know this, but it's a disturbing thought. Anyway, good night. Whenever you get a haircut, oh, I feel that. Or when you touch your head, when you've just got a haircut and you're like, what? Where did my hair go? I realised I forgot to take the music off the final recording, which is stupid because it's going to be really hard to edit. Yay, me. I'm so smart. Yippee. Is that the right one? We love professionalism. Recording is number 2, yeah. Cool. Well, it seems Derek is kind of not very cool. He doesn't have a job, and what he does for fun is walk around and look at window displays. And he has a girlfriend who doesn't want to spend time with him. Derek, you're off to bed. Thank you for the stories. Hopefully, Derek doesn't die. Yeah, fingers crossed. Have a good sleep. Thanks for being here. Okay, next entry by Derek. Went to see my uncle at the hospital today. Got everything taken care of as far as that goes. He's looking a lot better. His insurance covers all the treatment but the medication. The doctors were joking at the desk about betting who in the ward will die first. Made me sick listening to that kind of thing. Doctors shouldn't talk like that, especially where patients or relatives can hear. I had accidentally brought the substance along. It was sticking out of my pocket. What's this? He asks, pulling at it. Oh, just something I'm taking, I said. It's supposed to benefit me somehow. Something to do with something called chromatin? Then he leans back in his bed and presses the button on the side, and it makes this noise. He asks, is it illegal? I told him no, it was officially sanctioned and that it was safe. He sighed and put his hands behind his head. And that was about the end of the conversation. In 3 days, he gets discharged, goes back to my aunt's house. He's my dad's brother. He lives with my aunt, my dad's sister, and her husband. Sometimes I wonder what that must be like, to live with your sibling when you're that old. It's either insufferable or tolerable, I guess. I mean, those are the two options, Derek. After that, I had lunch at the 8th Street Grill. I've also been keeping track of lunch and breakfast. Today for lunch, I had the burger and a house salad. Today's breakfast was cereal and a yogurt. Yesterday, I think lunch was a leftover carton of Chinese food in the fridge, and breakfast was orange juice and some eggs. Day before it was a casserole I made for lunch. Didn't have any breakfast that day. Don't worry though, it all adds up to the correct amounts. I've been doing the math and it should be fine. Sorry if you can hear me sniffing, by the way, I'm still recovering from this cold. I've been watching lots of TV, mostly to pass the time. One thing I'm starting to notice is that I'll lie down, turn on the TV, and it'll be a show I'm interested in watching. Sniffer, sniffer. It'll be a show I'm interested in watching, but before I know it, the show will be over. It's not as if I forgot what happened, it's more like time speeds up and I don't notice. For some reason, this only happens when I'm watching TV. The end credits will be on and I just feel like I just watched the theme song, but somehow I remember everything that happened during the episode. If I was just dozing off, I wouldn't know what happened. This has never happened to me before, so I think it's related somehow to the substance. Feels like a time warp. First few times it happened, I was worried, but now I've kind of gotten used to it. I like it. If I don't like the show, I can just tune out and the next thing I know, it's over. Pretty cool. Anyway, tonight I'm trying a new recipe, a lasagna I found in an old cookbook. There are some pretty weird recipes in old cookbooks, you'd be surprised. I'll take my dose. After that, I'll probably try out this new TV thing for a while. And then hit the sack. I'm tired. I love how head empty Derek is. He's just like, wow. I blink and time has gone. Also, lasagna, isn't that weird? I pull such a silly face when I drink water, like. Okay, another entry from our Derek. I woke up with a lot of messages on my answering machine today. A lot of them were from her. As I said, she's very busy, so her voice was upset and she was hostile. She asked about me, how I was doing, if I was going anywhere, and why she hadn't heard from me in so long. As if it's my fault that she's always got something to do. It's no longer we never spend... Oh God, I can't read. As if it's my fault she always has something to do, it's no wonder we never spend any time together. I don't think she's cheating on me or anything like that, but given how little time she's willing to spend with me, I might break it off with her. Anyway, that wasn't the best thing to wake up to. After that, I walked downstairs and cleaned up a little. The shelves were dusty for some reason, and some of the food in the fridge had gone bad. Probably a power outage. I threw it away. That lasagna last night was good. I added dill. Sorry. Derek's like, whoa, my girlfriend says I never see her, and also everything is dusty. My lasagna was good. I recommend dill. Sorry, I'll stop interrupting the story, but this one's quite silly. Yeah. For breakfast, breakfast, I had some dry cornflakes. The milk had gone bad. Also, I had an orange. After that, I put on my coat and went for a walk. It was pretty nice out, and I walked around for 2 hours, just admiring the architecture. After this, I walked around the city centre for a while. I remember going to it when I was younger. It's really changed. It looks a lot more modern. Times are a-changing, as they say. I got a turkey sandwich at the food court and a mango smoothie and sat down on a bench watching people go by. The cashier looked at me weird when I requested to know how many calories they were, which is a perfectly reasonable question with the diet craze going on these days. Everyone has a right to know how much they're eating. Anyway, I just stared out for a while, looking at all the shops. I noticed a shop I hadn't seen before. It was a coffee shop. I had been to the centre about a week ago and it hadn't been there. There was a boutique instead. The speed at which they renovate these places is pretty amazing. I imagine it takes a huge team to fix everything up and turn it all inside out. I threw my sandwich away, and by the time I got to the doors, it was already closing time. When I went in, it was only about 3 p.m, but I stepped out and the security guard waved goodbye, and it was night time. I guess I must have lost track of time, or maybe it was later than I thought when I got to the city centre. But either way, that isn't very good for the purposes of this record, which I assume you'll want to keep for your studies. And you need accurate information. By the time I got back to the house, it was midnight. I checked the clock. As I write this, it's about 12:15. I'm going to order a pizza and then pass out. So far, nothing has happened except these occasional moments of me completely... Oh, he uses a word. I've replaced the word. What's a word that I can replace that word with? Sorry. What is another word I can use for that word? Okay. So far, nothing has happened except these occasional moments of me going completely weird. I still remember everything, though, in some way. I can't explain it any more than that. I hope it satisfies you enough. Okay. Next, Derek entry. My uncle's funeral was today. When he left the hospital, he seemed to be recovering, but now he's buried. I attended the funeral and my parents called me and told me that I'd better show up or there would be consequences. I had no idea what they were talking about. Then I checked the computer's internal clock. It's September. Monitors don't lie. September 1997. I went to sleep last night and it was May 1997. I feel like hell. Stomach's a mess from malnutrition, and I looked in the mirror and I looked old. If you think smoking can turn you inside out, talk about prolonged periods of unconsciousness. Why is he so incredibly chill about being unconscious for several months? Derek. I think I love Derek. I finally realised how it is. You know how, when you go to sleep, you start dreaming and the dream is incredibly vivid, right down to the last detail. Then you wake up and you can't remember any of it. Only, you should be able to remember it. It was right there in your brain a second ago. And it was such a real experience that it should register in your memory. Only, it doesn't. That's how these prolonged blackouts are. I remember them vaguely, remember eating as well as I could, shuffling around the house, going outside maybe once a week to keep my legs active. But the whole time I wasn't myself. I was someone else, acting on commands, basic motor functions to keep my systems running. Might have taken one bath. Now those months are one giant blur and I've snapped back to complete awareness. Feeling resembles being shot with a gun. And of course she's met another guy. I called her and she told me to fuck off and that we were over and this other guy could treat her better than that. And this guy... Oh my god, I can't read. Which is the point of the stream. I called her and she told me to fuck off and that we were over and that this other guy could treat her better and that he was great in the sack, and to be frank, I won't miss her that much. Still sucks, though, to know that there was nothing I could do about it. She says she came over to visit me once and that my eyes were glazed over, and I was sitting on the couch mumbling something to myself. The food in the kitchen was, of course, rotten, according to her. The furniture was dusty. She left after maybe 5 minutes. Probably thinks I'm a heroin addict or something now. Maybe I ate some of it while I was out. In this state, there's no way I could tell the difference between something that's rotten and something that's not. Could account for my malnutrition. I don't know if this study of yours is still going on, but I'm not going to take any more doses. Hell, it's probably over. Hell, it's probably over. The suspense... What? I can say words. La 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 la. Ba 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 ba. Words. Okay. I don't know if this study of yours is still going, but I'm not going to take any more doses. Hell, it's probably over. The semester has probably started already. Too late for me to enroll, and if I did, everyone would be terrified. I'm going straight. I've missed enough of my life already. To see my uncle get lowered into that cold earth with his embalmed, shriveled hands over his chest, knowing that for the last 4 months he was living a pleasant life, and that I could have gone over to visit him one last time, if it wasn't for this shit, is enough to convince me to give it up. And you better not ask for the money back, either. It's all gone. I guess I've been paying for rent while I was away. Okay, that's the end of that entry. Next one. The surprises just keep on coming, don't they? The years start coming and they don't stop coming, according to this new song by a band called Smash Mouth. It woke me up this morning on my alarm clock radio, which somehow still works. The thing is filthy. It's fucking 1999. Almost the new millennium. I've been like this for almost 2 years at this point. Didn't take a dose last night, or should I say 1997. How much of this time was spent comatose sitting around, I don't know. I better get out the disinfectant wipes from the closet, wipe all the furniture down before night falls. Because when I sleep, the world completes entire rotations. Time gets a little distorted, doesn't it? Haha. Called up my parents and they've practically disowned me. Talk about me like I'm dead. Their son on the other side of town who never drops by to visit, always stays at home and never comes out, except for very rarely. Neighbourhood committees have signed petitions to kick me out, that my house and the stench coming from it and all this decay is lowering the value of their property. Greedy pricks. I don't know what to say anymore. This shit has ruined my system so that I go into the deep whether I take it or not. It's rewritten me from the ground up like a fucking typewriter and I can't stop. It's 4 a.m. and I'm going to stay up as long as I can while I'm here because I have I can read. I'm going to stay up as long as I can because while I'm here I have time to do things, fix things, go around and try and repair the damage. I've been sealing cracks in the wall all night. Repainting and washing, throwing away the old food, ordered a pizza. It tasted delicious, but it's a different guy now and they've changed their recipe. I ate it like a pig, and then I took a bath. I don't know how often I've done that. My teeth are starting to hurt. Also ordered a month's worth of groceries to be delivered sometime tomorrow. Can't place my confidence in my subconscious because it can't take care of me as well as my normal mind. Can't do everything I do, no matter what the new age gurus say. If anyone reads this, or hell, if someone from the fielder team reads this, just know that I'm trying. That something must have gone wrong, the calories or the exercise or something. And if you know what to do, please help me. I need to find something. I'm staring at the screen and trying to stay awake, reciting things in my head, because once I slip, I can't get out of it. It'll be over for me again. And at that point, who knows what the next time will be? 3 years? 5 years? I wake up and everyone has tubes in the... It just ends there. I don't know. It just ends. I wake up and everyone has tubes in the... Okay. Next entry from Derek. It's the year 2003 And we have Bush Jr. for president. Out of everyone, it had to be him. Makes sense in a way. Went to campus today and spent all day walking around and got there and it was hot. There were people all around. So many people haven't seen Matrix ass ending. Oh, with the tubes, yeah. That's Derek's sentence doesn't make sense. Hang on. Went to campus today and spent day walking and got there and it was hot and there were people around. So many people, haven't seen this many people in a long time. It's strange talking and seeing, and they avoided me, of course, because who wouldn't? Talking around and knowing what was up and then get to the building. No building there, it was gone. Packed up and left, huh? Asked guide, said it was out, had been moved, was gone. And I figure you're all graduated now, winning Nobel Prizes under shiny spotlights. Well, you can't ignore me, can you? You can't ignore this face, sunken eyes, stomach ready to collapse. Nothing but bare field. A bare lot now. Some people talking on it. Maybe never existed. Who's to say? I'm crazy. It was all a dream. Babblings of an insane person. Don't mind me, my head is about to explode. House is such a goddamn mess. Sorry, I'm not reading this in like the tone of voice that's correct because it's written really like confusingly. Okay. It's kind of poetic now that I'm loose from time to time. Can go forward and the surprises never stop. And passenger on a voyage to the end of time. Last redoubt looms large overhead, black monolith in the night endlessly. Walk towards the black hills and there's 7 lights. No one knows what they are, but I'll see them soon enough. And Mineo will be the crater of fire, things engulfed as I keep going and no stopping now. Because why would there? Need shit, but gonna hook up my record player, pump disco through the windows, blast myself. Neighbours will complain, so what? Police will come throw me into a cell, and I won't care about it. I'll sit and look out the bars, eyes glazed over, embalmer's glue. Next stop, infinity. And then this is Derek's last entry. Writing from a public library. Somehow can't remember shit except for the password for this forum. Goddamn forum, still up. Gonna update as long as it's up. It all makes so much sense now. And that is the end of Genetic Opportunity. So, I mean, Derek didn't die. He seems to still be alive. Thriving. Maybe not thriving. Let me check how long the next one is. Oh, the next one's really long, so I probably shouldn't go to the next one. Clap, clap, clap. Thank you for the claps. Sorry, I kept messing up reading it. It was written really weirdly. Derek isn't very good at grammar. See, I want to make it at least an hour. But the next one is like way too long. Maybe I should do the one that's between 2 people. I can get... Oh no, my voice mod's broken, isn't it? I was going to say I could put voice mod on so that we can switch between voices. And you know, when I'm switching between people. Let me see if it'll let me. Because last time I tried to use voice mod, it just broke. Yippee! Poor Derek. If this takes ages to load, then I won't bother, but we'll see. Oh yeah, it wants to like... Oh, my mic might take a quick map. Well, hopefully you can still hear me. It seems to be coming through still. There we go. Cool. Oh, now it's updating again. Ooh. Well, I hope everyone had a good day. I've been sick off work and I went back to work today and it was like, ugh. It was like the longest day ever. It doesn't help that it's a Sunday. I feel like working on a Sunday. Unless it's like super busy, it's just like, oh. I probably only talk to like, I work at a call center, if you didn't know that. I probably talked to like 15 customers total because it was so quiet. You'd think I'd like it as quiet, but like, I was so tired that I just like, because you can't go to sleep at work. I just wanted to go to bed or do something. But instead I just had to sit there and wait for there to be customers. It's like, okay, I think I've sorted it. Let's switch the microphone to voice mod. Okay, that still works. Cool. And then I've got to pick a voice. What's Yeon? So the conversation is between someone called Spirit. Oh no, there's a few people. Okay, there's Spirit Guide, Leah, and Kismet. Is it just those three people? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Thank you for the pats. I swear you have like infinite emotes. I'm jealous. Okay, let's try out these different voices. Oh, but it's gonna do echo on desktop audio. If it sounds super echoey, then sorry, but bear with. Okay, this is one. Oh, is it, this is not
Yeah. Okay. Okay, maybe not that one.
Hello. Yeah, maybe one of them should be this one. Giga Chad. I can't hear it at all. You got a lot of random gift subs. That's cool. I used to as well. I just don't lurk on as many streams as I used to because I don't work and I can't lurk while I'm at work. Or I can have like one person open on my phone, but the narrator.
Hello. Okay. Let's have the narrator and...
This one? No, I feel like this one sounds too much... I don't know, it sounds a little bit different.
I was gonna say, it sounds too much like me. That one sounds weird. You want this one? Hello. What does this one sound like? Hello? Is that different enough? I don't know, I feel like it still sounds like me. Just wobbly me. Hello. Oh no. Sorry, this has become me messing around with voice mod. Okay. So, one person will be... Can I make like a shortcut thing? So you can add a keybind, or... I don't want to record, I just want to add it to like a
I guess L. And we'll have... For some reason, one of the options is farty narrator.
And then we'll have this one. So I just the L and M. And then we need to go back to normal.
Normal. Okay. Oh, I'm way louder. Hang on, let me turn myself down. It's really like amplifying my microphone. Okay. So I've got to remember to switch between. I guess L can be Leah. No, I should be Leah. And then Spirit Guide can be L and Kismet can be M. Okay. I feel like this is going to go wrong. It's definitely going to go wrong. Can I not just add them all to a list? Oh, I can. Okay. That one. That one. And that one. And then how do I... There we go. Okay. That's way better. Right. Here we go. So this one's called an exercise in futility. Here is the link. It says, extracted from a chat room of the spectreexplorers.com from September 2nd, 2006. Okay. 11:03 p.m. September 2nd. Leah. Her username is Leah001, but I'll just say Leah. Leah, is anyone here? It's late where I am, but I'm holding out hope for someone to talk to.
Anything in particular?
Not really. I was just hoping to introduce myself to the forum. I joined yesterday and I browsed the posts, especially on the True Encounters board. It's pretty cool how many people are willing to share their ghost stories.
I agree. It's comforting to know that you're not alone. Is Leah your name?
Yeah, Leah. Or my friends just call me Lee.
Okay, do you have any ghost stories in particular you would be willing to share?
Not really. I do believe in ghosts. I have since I was 4 and my grandma passed away. I always felt like she was somewhere around, but have not seen or heard anything really paranormal up until the present day. Like I said, I do believe in ghosts. There's really no reason not to believe in ghosts, you know? Like, we can't prove them, sure, but we can't disprove them.
Agreed. Welcome to the forum, by the way. I'm always excited when a new member joins.
That person is called Kismet. Oh, and,
This guy, he's called Spirit Guide.
and this is Leah, obviously.
Hi, Kismet. Any explanations recently?
Ghost trips, you mean? Nah, not lately. I've been too busy with some sophomore year starting to explore anywhere. But I do think that my trip to the train yards yielded some worthwhile results. Oops. Also caught what I think is some voice on my tape recorder. It really shows up when you pass it through a filter. I'll do more about it in a month though, don't worry.
Don't come here, Alex. I'm not really in the mood for this tonight.
Pardon?
Oh, sorry, I meant to text that to my boyfriend, Alex. He was saying that he was going to come down to the gas station tonight to hang out.
I take it you work at a gas station.
Yeah, the night shift. I signed on about a year ago and it's been tricky to fit in all my classes and get a decent sleep. But it pays really well. I work behind the counter from around 9 to 3 in the morning. Alex sometimes fills up here, And when he does, it's always nice that he comes in and talks my ear off for like an hour. It's nice because the job can be boring and it's nice to have a distraction, but he's really annoying. Last time he came in, he started shoving licorice up his nose, so I think I want a break. Plus, it's usually really busy about now.
You're there right now?
Yeah, I have a laptop and the Wi-Fi here is pretty good. My boss says I'm free to browse the web so long as nobody comes in, but if they do, I have to get up and deal with the register. So if we're ever talking on here and I'm gone for a few minutes, that'll be why. But most of the night, I get to sit back here and mess around.
Sounds enviable.
So, do you have any ghost stories?
I do. I've been fascinated by the paranormal ever since I had an encounter with the entity known as the Hat Man in 1992. Are you familiar with it?
No, I've never heard of him. What's he like?
I believe Spirit Guide 100% on this. There are way too many details for it to be made up.
It's good you haven't encountered him, Leah. The Hat Man is one of the most malevolent entities documented. He warped reality for me back then, made me experience elaborate hallucinations and delusions. But he was no delusion. There are records of people seeing him, Leah, which go back decades. He's tall and thin and wears a hat with a noticeable brim and manifests, for the most part, like a flat, completely dark silhouette, except for his eyes, which are lit up. He's a fucking menace.
Oh, like a shadow person?
Yes, exactly like that. When he found me, it was raining. Sometimes it's night, and other times he stands above you while you're sleeping. The accounts varied, but a few details remain consistent throughout. He's never pleasant. Ever since I encountered him, I've dedicated my life to finding out more about him. Finding about how to kill him so he doesn't pose a threat to anyone else.
Well, good luck with that. I hope I never run into him.
The odds are relatively slim that you would. There are a lot of other paranormal beings and ghosts out there.
Plenty of other fish in the sea, if you keep an open mind and your eyes peeled.
Definitely gonna avoid hats from now on. Lol.
Anyway, good luck on your job at the gas station, and welcome to the site.
BFN.
Yeah, like I said, it pays really good. There aren't many people who are willing to stay up this late, and I can also get some of my studying done while I'm here. Emmy for a doctorate.
That's very admirable.
A tourist guy just came in and he's looking to... I thought he said he's looking to get in the freezer. A tourist guy just came in and he's looking in the freezer. Got to go.
Alright, good night, Lee.
Okay, and then a bunch of time passes. So the message that says goodnight Lee was at 12:10 a.m. 12:10 a.m. on September 3rd, and now it's 12:45 on September 4th, so it's the next day. Leah says, "Is anyone on tonight?"
Yeah, I'm on. Usually I'm one of the only ones up this late. I don't have to go to work until the afternoon. I work at a construction site and it takes a lot of effort in the evenings, so I just chill.
Oh wow, interesting.
Tell me about it. We're dismantling this old apartment from the 60s. It's been on a street for decades with no one living inside it. Completely empty. And apparently no one wanted to buy the place, so now we're supposed to go on the site with an excavator and a couple of bulldozers and tear it apart. Every so often during my break, I go inside and check out all the exposed wiring and all these broken walls which give way to the outside world. And most of the furniture is still intact. It's a shame to think it will end up in landfill somewhere.
I agree. People these days don't seem to have any respect for history. You mentioned last night that you liked exploring abandoned areas? That there are more ghosts there or something?
Yes, as a general rule of thumb, you're more likely to see ghosts at an abandoned or neglected area. I run a blog where I detail some of the ghost hunting expeditions I've gone on with pictures. I've also been uploading some videos I captured on a website called YouTube.
Sounds cool. Link?
Sure, it's on my MySpace at Redacted.
How do you decide where to go? Like, what are the criteria? I've always wondered about that.
Usually you want to go someplace with no one around, ideally with low light. I've captured a few orbs out in the forest at a spot where some hippie girl I've captured a few orbs out in the forest at a spot where some girl in a hippie cult supposedly went missing. That's the other factor. It has to be an area of death or suffering.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, you thought it was the 4th of July? Sorry. That's the way round we have the dates. Oh, where did I get up to? Okay.
So, what are you up to tonight?
Downloading some songs on LimeWire while I'm waiting for my boyfriend to pick me up at the end of my shift.
LimeWire? Isn't that illegal? You wouldn't download a ghost! Sorry.
No, I don't think so. Besides, if they sue me, I'll just set my computer on fire. Good luck finding what I downloaded then, lol.
I heard it has some kind of spyware, Lee. If you're going to use it, at least be careful.
Oh, come on, you're not really one of those you wouldn't steal a car guys, are you?
No, not particularly. I'm not very invested in the subject. I've just heard some bad things about LimeWire. Is all.
You should try it sometime. It's pretty good software. Unless you really think the internet shouldn't be used as a free repository. Unless you really think the internet shouldn't be used as a free repository of information, which is what it was designed for in the first place. Hell, even I own most of these albums on CD, but they have things coded into them that make them hard to copy into my files. It's my right as a consumer to build a digital library.
Well, okay, just don't say I didn't warn you if your computer gets infected with a Trojan or something.
Don't worry, I won't.
Ruffle.
Okay, and then it's about like 10 minutes go by. Okay, I'm back. Some lady came in and asked some question about the discontinued brand of Pringles she liked. And then she got an iced tea and asked for some change so she could use the car wash. She's out there spraying off the floor mats and the hood and everything with a power sprayer. It's kind of a surreal image at this late of night. Oh, there's another person! Oh no! Shit, we need another voice. Hang on. Okay, this person can be this voice. Okay, so we have a new person.
Shio. And Shio sounds like this. Hopefully it sounds different though, hang on. Does it sound different? Not really. But it'll do. Okay. Right, hang on.
So, Leah said the lady using the car wash in the middle of the night.
It must be that late at night, of course.
Oh, hi, are you new to the board? I just joined a little bit ago.
You could say that.
How the fuck did you get on? I didn't manually approve you, but I got an email a few minutes ago that you had replied to the HYPNOGOGIC thread. Where did you get that information anyway?
I have my ways. That's all I'm willing to admit. How are you doing tonight, Leah?
Fine, I guess. Who are you?
You hacked into the back door. I will be reporting you to our web host and they'll look into it. Possibly take legal action.
I'll take my chances. I was talking with Leah.
Like I said, I'm okay. What do you want? Wait, I get it. This is Alex, isn't it? You asshole. You actually had me going for a second there.
No, Leah, I'm not Alex. Nice guess, though.
What now?
Just looking out for you, girl. From someone who made the same mistakes you have. Take it with a grain of salt if you want, Leah. If you really don't want to admit that you're doing something that's hurting you, hurting the people around you, I've always taken it with a grain of salt myself. I just need to let you know that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
I am so confused. What are you talking about?
You wouldn't steal a car, Leah. Would you steal a clock?
Get the fuck out. Who is this really?
Look outside, Leah.
Fuck. It was that lady in the car. I ran out, but she was already pulling out of the driveway by that time. I know it was her. She probably had that computer on her. A weird bitch.
How do you know for sure?
Are you kidding? She says, look outside, and then I do, and I see her typing something at the passenger seat. I come out from behind the desk, and she goes around and looks at me with this knowing smirk, hops into the driver's seat, and speeds off. I have no doubts. I really wonder how she was able to access our Wi-Fi. I didn't give her the password. Only employees are supposed to have it.
You should call the cops, Lee. Report her. Show her these This is bad ASMR. You should call the cops, Leah. Report her. Show them these chat logs as proof.
That would be easier said than done. I didn't catch her license plate. It started with a J, I think, but I'm not sure about that. They could spend months looking for that car. It was kind of generic, dark colour, but I don't know car models or anything.
Well, at least you have her description. You can give the cops that.
She was medium height, had a black shirt with blue slacks, and some kind of necklace. She was a brunette, maybe it was dyed, and a name badge, so I guess she worked somewhere, some kind of employee. Wasn't able to read it close. 26 or 27, maybe?
That's a good start. Do you have access to a phone?
No, honestly, it's okay. I'm not going to call the police. Alex will be here in about an hour, and the last thing I want was him to get here and the gas station was surrounded by police cars. He doesn't like going near cops. He had a run-in with them in junior year and hasn't stopped talking about it ever since. He wouldn't forgive me.
I banned her account. Damn diviner Ash actually got in here without being approved. I'll look into it some more tomorrow.
I just need to go home and rest. I have some kind of stalker. But honestly, I have more to worry about than that. If anything else happens, I'll tell someone. For now, though, I think I just need to relax. I should go.
If you say so. Good night.
Okay, so Leah says goodnight. No, Kismet says goodnight at 2:12 a.m. And then at 3:07 a.m., Leah comes back. And she just says, WTF. And then it's the next day. Oh no, it's the same day. So that was at 3 a.m. on September 4th. And now it's 9 p.m. on September 4th. Leah says, sorry about last night. When you saw the WTF, that was Alex typing that. He says he found me asleep behind the counter with a nosebleed. He offered to take me to the hospital, but I told him I probably just fell asleep. And I went into the bathroom to plug it up. But he was really confused and he looked on my laptop.
God, that sounds bad. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't regularly get nosebleeds, but I think I was so stressed out, I just fell asleep in a half an hour or so. But I'm okay now. I've googled if stress can cause nosebleeds. Apparently it can. Don't worry though, I brought my cell phone, and if that woman shows up again, I will call the police.
Good idea. Always smart to take precautions.
You should take a day off, Lee, after whatever happened last night.
No, really, I'll be okay. It was just a nosebleed. People get those. Maybe it's just that I'm awake too late. I'd have to quit this shift, and it pays really good. I don't think whoever it was will show up again.
Well, it never hurts to be careful. I've learnt from my ghost hunting adventures. One time I was exploring this old factory and a pipe swung down and almost hit me in the back of the neck. Must have weighed about 500 pounds, but I was wearing those sunglasses with mirrors on them so you can see behind you, and I was able to duck before it hit me. I don't know, maybe it was just luck.
No kidding. You actually wear those things? I always thought there was more of a gag gift than anything else. I used to see them sold at my local Spencer's.
No, seriously, they do work as advertised, especially when you get a quality brand. It's like having 360-degree panorama, which expands your periphery. You know about the blind spot, right?
A part of the eye where there's no photoreceptors, right?
Right, exactly. Mirror sunglasses can really help with that, because then you're practically seeing twice what you would otherwise. And when you're exploring some underground bunker or something, it can add an extra layer of security. Not just for falling pipes, but imagine if the Hat Man was back there. You'd want to know, right?
Yes, please don't.
I forgot, sorry, touchy subject.
You can't make jokes about him because he's real, and that's what I've had to live with, that he's out there somewhere. The thing that made me think I had died for no other reason than pure, unfiltered evil. And everyone tells me that it was just a dream. The worst part is nobody is believing you. That's why I made these forums in the first place, because everyone is like, oh, it's just sleep paralysis, or, oh, you just have to stop believing in him, he'll go away, because he won't die. He'll probably kill me. I know it'll happen and he'll return, and all I can hope is that when he does, I'll be ready.
You can only really hope, I guess, that you'll be ready for whatever happens when it happens. If not...
What are some of the craziest ghost encounters you've had personally, Kismet? I like how she just completely changes the subject. It got a bit intense there. She's just like, so...
There is this one that will always stick with me. It was around 10 years ago. I heard rumours that a rest stop in the mountains was haunted. If I remember, I was new to the game then, relatively inexperienced in the field. A lot more cocky and sure of myself.
That's not really being fair on yourself, based on the pictures you took. You did acquire verifiable evidence of the supernatural, which is much more than I've been able to do.
I just regret being so exploitative. You have to be respectful of the dead when you go out on these things. I guess I learnt that the hard way.
What do you mean?
I still don't know what happened up there. All I know is that it was absolutely a place of unfathomable tragedy. The force I felt whisking around me was so strong that I still think about it sometimes. Especially since the glassed wall is so thin. You have to understand, there was like a 70-foot drop. I could have fallen down. I would have died. Then I would have been a ghost.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. It sounds awful.
Well, I've learnt from my mistakes. I can admit as much. Browsing this forum, looking over the experiences of people who've had similar experiences with poltergeists, because I think that's one of the ones the spirits... Because I think that's what one of the spirits at the restaurant was. A poltergeist of some kind. It's really confirmed a lot of suspicions and ideas that I've had. I even keep up a journal now, for reference. Helps me unclutter the mind.
Yeah, that makes sense. I watch some ghost hunting shows sometimes, especially on weekends. They always seem to be right around the corner from making an incredible discovery, but they never quite reach their goals. I've wondered for a long time what it would be like if the existence of ghosts was objectively proven. How it would affect the outside world, people's attitudes, that sort of thing. You said you captured definite evidence?
I did. Multiple photos. All of female ghosts who haunted the place. She was the one who initially attracted me to it, although watching her stand there motionless while behind her the rest stop's lights just kept shining was really unsettling. Since then, I don't think I've ever bothered to take any breaks at rest stops. Not worth it. Too much baggage.
If you think about it, they are places of suffering and tragedy, less reported on perhaps, but some of the seediest activities would take place in a secluded, yet well-lit area like that.
Hang on a sec, Alex just pulled up. I think he wants to know how I'm doing. BRB.
Have you figured out the hacking yet?
No, from what I can tell, it's a closed system. I contacted the web host, but they don't seem to care.
That's too bad. If this site does somehow get hacked and destroyed for whatever reason, I want you to know that it was a great run, and I had a great time on here, meeting like-minded people and all.
Fame. The memories are enough to last forever.
Alex doesn't believe me about what happened last night.
I thought you told him about everything when he picked you up.
He didn't believe me then either. Says I've been working too hard and I probably just imagined how she looked at me. But I'm not crazy. You all saw what happened. She literally said, "Look outside, for fuck's sake."
Is Alex still there? Could you put him on the chat for a few minutes?
No, he left. Got a big bag of sunflower seeds. I guess him and some of the guys are going to a college baseball game tonight. Didn't even think to invite me. If he had, I would have called ahead and asked for the night off. It's 10:22 p.m. I would like to know what baseball game starts at 10:22 p.m. Although I don't live in America, so maybe that is when they start. But like football doesn't start that late because everyone wants to go home.
I don't know about any of you, but I found my girlfriend passed out on a computer monitor with a nosebleed. I would at least believe her if she said she saw something weird.
He's right, though. I do work too much. In addition to all the courses I'm taking, it takes a great deal of stress on you to have a job and try and get a degree at the same time. My mind is constantly in two places at once. And the worst part is, it's of my own volition. I made a choice to live like this. The consequences are mine to bear.
Stress can induce hallucinations in some cases, Leah, but I do think the woman you saw last night was the same one on here. There's really no other explanation.
I think I'm going to listen to a few albums to pass time tonight.
That's a good idea. Music usually helps me to relax. What albums do you have downloaded?
Bootlegs mostly. That's one of the reasons I installed LimeWire. You can find some really cool tracks and demos that you wouldn't hear otherwise, on a normal CD or something. I have an external hard drive I store them on. It's mostly old shoegaze.
You really shouldn't scroll that much, Leah. It could wear your computer down.
Some guy is looking around the soda. Hang on.
I'm probably going to hit the hay for now. If Alex ever does give you some baseball tickets, Lee, give them to me, I'll go.
It's raining now. Going to try and get some homework done while I'm waiting. I'm so tired. I guess the rain is making me sleepy. Has a relaxing sound to it. It's pouring sheets tonight, so probably won't have any time for more... It's pouring sheets tonight, so probably won't have any more customers. Just me and the computer screen and the songs on my headphones. Makes studying easier. Is anyone on? I guess not. Back to work. I thought I heard the little bell of the door. I can't really tell with the headphones on, but no one is outside, so I guess it's just the rain. Kind of bored, but I do need to get these filled out before tomorrow. Somebody's fucking with my head.
What happened?
I'm crouched behind the desk right now. Someone came in and they're crawling around in the aisles below eye level. I caught a glimpse of them. It's probably Alex. Going to jump out and give him a piece of my mind.
Don't. You know it's him. Just call the police. Oh, I see. Don't. You don't know it's him. Just call the police as fast as possible.
I'm going to peek. It's not him.
Who is it?
I think I get what she meant now. I think I get it. But it's too late to get it.
You mean the woman?
She wasn't trying to hurt me. She was trying to warn me. Can't make any noise on the keyboard. It has legs. Oh God, it has legs. I can hear it out here. It wants me. What the fuck do I do?
Stay calm. Call the police. Cover the speaker with your hand.
The police can't help me. No one can stop this. Oh God, I think it heard me. I'm gonna try and make a break for it, but it will hear me.
Lee, are you okay?
Time stops for no one. That's the end of that. I didn't do very good acting, sorry. I'll put my mic back to normal mic. I don't know why I get so much louder when I'm on voice mod, but anyway. That was that story. I hope the voice changer, I'm going to listen back to it later and I'm going to be like, wow, the voice changer was so annoying. But hopefully it wasn't annoying. Okay, I should probably end now and go to bed. I don't know if there's anyone I can raid, because it's not like anyone's going to be doing something similar. I wonder if I could raid into the VGen stream. Thank you for being here. I can ask to collaborate. I don't know why. It's so weird, this collaborate thing, because just like basically everyone has it on. Oh, we can raid the seals. Should we raid the seals? That's always like a chill thing to raid, if you can't raid anything else. Hang on, let me see if it'll let me raid VGen first. What's it called? Muncher. Let me. Raid. Muncher. Will it let me? Oh, it will, okay. I'll raid the VGen stream then, because that's probably where I'll go just before I go to bed. And if you want to copy the raid message, then you can. But yeah, thank you so much for being here and listening to me read. I might continue to do the reading streams on Twitch, because it's a bit more interactive than on YouTube. But let me know if you liked them and stuff, because, you know, if you don't like them, then there's no point. And yeah. I'll be back on Tuesday for sure. That's probably the next time I'll be streaming, because I don't think I'll have time tomorrow. So yeah, I guess I'll see you on Tuesday.